Me live. He's a distinguished diplomatic fellow at the Middle East Institute and a former U.S. State Department senior policymaker for Iran. Thank you so much for being with us on the program. I want to start off with this report that we've seen from the Wall Street Journal signaling that Donald Trump has given the green light to attack Iran. How catastrophic would direct U.S. involvement be, not just for Tehran, but for the region as well?
I think it would likely be very catastrophic. I think it would well lead to further regional destabilization. But as I understand the Wall Street Journal article, President Trump said that he has finalized plans to attack Iran, but he's holding off to see if Iran will, I think the phrase he used is surrender. We also saw reports that it's possible the Iranian foreign minister will meet this Friday with European foreign ministers, hoping that diplomacy might be able to do something. But to answer your original question, U.S. involvement in these attacks on Iran, I think risks further regional destabilization in all likelihood.
Let's talk about this diplomatic process that could potentially take place. The door seems like it's still very much open there. Do you believe that they could strike some sort of a deal moving forward?
No, I don't. I think the door is fully closed. The question is whether it is locked. Let's not forget the state driving the train on this, carrying events, is not the U.S., it's not Europe, it's not Iran, it's Israel. Israel has total air mastery in Iran, and it's continuing its targets, not just the Iranian nuclear program, its missile program. It's hitting some civilian targets. It attacked the police station in Tehran today. So regardless of what European diplomats talk about with Iranian diplomats, and to a large extent, regardless of what President Trump wants for the moment, though he has signaled that he approves of Israel's ongoing attacks, it is unlikely that Israel will stop bombing, even for a ceasefire, until it achieves all the goals it wants, which at this point seem to include regime change.
Trump had said that Iran was weeks away from creating a nuclear weapon. This hasn't been confirmed by the IAEA. In fact, when the negotiations between the two countries were well underway, the administration had said that they weren't near creating a nuclear weapon. What evidence is Israel acting upon at the moment?
Well, Israel has said they were weeks away from that. Israel has claimed that Iran wanted to give nuclear weapons to the Houthis. They've produced no evidence for this. All I no longer have access to classified information, but according to the U.S. intelligence community, Iran ceased its efforts to weaponize and to build a nuclear weapon in 2003 and hasn't resumed it. And as late as a few months ago, earlier this year, the director of national intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, testified to the U.S. Senate that we had no evidence that Iran was seeking to weaponize. So the consensus, the informed consensus, is that Iran was months, if not a year plus away from having a nuclear weapon it could use, even if it had made the decision to weaponize.
Okay, Alan Eyre, thank you so much for being with us here on TRT World and sharing that insight with us.
Thank you.